Hi, in the previous video, we are discussed conditional statements in the Python. In this video, we are discussing about iterative statements in the Python. Now open the Jupyter notebook using the command prompt and hit enter. I already opened the Jupyter notebook. Now, what are the looping statements supported by Python? The two loop statements are supported in Python: for loop and while loop. Why we can use the loops? The loop is used for you can execute your block of code many times. Now we can discuss the for loop now. The syntax of for loop is for use the any alphabetical variable for the iteration. I in the range parameters are start and end step. The for must be ended with the colon. In other programming languages, for syntax is in the Python, the I is used for iterating the range variable data. You can use any alphabetical variable. In other programming languages also, I is used for iterating the data in the loop, and the start is equal to the I equal to 0 means what is the starting value, and end is used for what is the last value means iterating the starting to the ending. Now step is the equal to the increment or decrement. Now we can see the some examples. Now print the first 10 numbers. Without using the for loops, you can print the first 10 numbers. Now click on the run. It prints the first 10 numbers. Now the program contains to print the first 1000 numbers. You can write the 1000 print statements. This is not a easy process. You can use the for loop. You can print the any range of data. For example, print the first 10 numbers using the 0 to 11 or 1 to 10. The starting value suppose 0, 11. In the for loop, the range is used for it automatically increment the starting value. For example, here 1. Print the 1 to 10 numbers and print the I. Click on the run. It prints the 1 to 10 numbers. And you can use for loop to print the 1 to 10 numbers in reverse order. Using the for loop to print the reverse order. Now what is the reverse order of first 10 numbers? 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now use the starting value is 10 and the ending value is 0. Then you can use the minus 1. And every time the starting value is incremented by minus 1. You can use the minus 1. And print I. It prints the 10 to 0 in reverse order here. And use the for loops to print the even numbers using the stub keyword. For example, for I in range of, you can use any alphabetical variable. Range of the even numbers must be started with 2. Suppose we want to print the even numbers below the 10. The ending value is 10, and here the stub is used to add the stub value in every iteration with the starting value. Here you can use the 2. Now print I and click on run. Sorry, the variable is x. Click on run. It prints the even numbers in between the 2 and 10. You can print the odd numbers, you can use the 1. Every time the stub value will be added to the starting value. You can print run. Here first time it prints the 2. After it prints the 2 plus 1. After it prints the 3 plus 1. Based on your stub value, you can print the range data. Here you can use the print the odd numbers. The odd numbers must be started with the 1, and every time to add a 2 with the first number. You can print the, here these are the odd numbers. First it will be print the 1, and the second iteration the stub will be added with the starting value. Now after the second iteration the starting value is 3, and along with the 2 will be added with the starting value. Now use the for loops to print a Fibonacci series. Now what is the Fibonacci series? To add the current value and before value from the current value. For example, 0, 1, 1, 2, 3, 5, 8. For example, add the first 2 numbers, you can got the 1, and use the n. After you can use the another 2 values, you can got the 2, means you can add the current value before 2 variables, and after you can add the 2 plus 1, the result is 3, and you can use the current variable and before the current variable to add 2 plus 3, the result is 5. You can add the 5 plus 3, the result is 8. Now a equal to 0, b equal to 1. Here the default variables, I store the 0 for a, 1 for b. Now print a, print b, means first the 0 and 1 is printed. Now the next value is 1. You can use the for loop for the remaining iterations because we need a first two variables. After first two variables we need the 5 iterations. Now add the first two variables and store into the some another variable. Here the C contains 1. Now next time you can add the 1 plus 1, then you can swap the data A equal to B and B equal to C. Here in the first time C equal to 1 and A equal to 1, B equal to 1, and next time the C equal to A plus B. The A contains 1 and B contains 1. Now 2 and A contains the 1 because the B value will be storing in the A, and the B contains C value is 2. The next time C equal to A plus B. A contains 1, B contains 2, the C contains 3, and A contains what is the B value is 2, and what is the B value is C. The C contains 3. Next time the C equal to A plus B. A equal to 2 and B equal to 3. Now C equal to 5. Now A equal to B value. B contains the 3 and B equal to C value. C contains the 5, and so on. Now print the C variable and you can click the run. You can got the Fibonacci series. You can print the all the data within the one line. You can use the end keyword, end equal to every time the value will be printed and end with the space. Otherwise every time the value will be printed and the next time the value will be moved into the next line. You can click on the run. Here the first A comma B will be printed as new lines because the print A and print B are used. Here only here print 1 is used. Every time the C variable is printed and end with the space. After 0 comma 1 the data will be printed as in sequence. You can also use here, you can use the end equal to space. The all the data will be printed in the same line. Click on the run. Here this is the process of for loops. Now same as the while loops, the while is also executes the block of code multiple times, but it first checks the condition, after print the value and finally increment the value. For example, in the while loop you must be initialize some variable. For example, print the factorial For example, I take the fact initial value is 1. Now you can find out the factorial of a given number. Here enter a number. Here enter a one number and calculate the factorial of a given number. Here number not equal to 0 until you can use the number. If the number is equal to 0, the result will be 0. Then we are use this condition. Here fact into equal to number and num minus equal to 1. This is same as fact equal to fact into number. This is same as num equal to num minus 1. After factorial, you can use the increment or decrement operator. And finally, until all the operation is done, means the number is equal to the 0. To print the what is the data finally stored in the fact variable. Click on the run. It asks enter some value, find out the factorial. Suppose enter the 5. Click on the enter the 5 and hit enter. The factorial of a 5 is 120. How it works? While loop initial fact equal to 1. In the while loop, it checks the condition number not equal to 0 and calculate the fact equal to fact into number and decrement the number minus 1. Now initial the number is 5, the 5 is not equal to 0, condition true. Here 5 not equal to 0, the condition is true and fact will be updated. The fact contains the 1 into 5 and the number will be updated, number equal to 5 minus 1. Here the num contains 4. In the next iteration, the num contains 4, 4 not equal to 0, the condition is true. The fact variable updated. The fact contains 5. The fact contains 5 and the num contains 4. After second iteration, the fact will be updated with 20 and num will be decremented by 1. The num contains 4, 4 minus 1 equal to 3. In the next iteration, the num variable contains 3, 3 not equal to 0. Then fact equal to the fact variables contains 20 into the num variable contain 3. The fact will be updated as 60 and num will be decremented by 1. Then 3 minus 1 equal to 2. In the next iteration, 2 not equal to 0. Then fact will be updated as 60 into 2, 120. Here the num will be updated as 2 minus 1 equal to 1. Under the next iteration, 1 not equal to 0, the condition also true. Fact will be updated as 120 into 1 equal to 120. The num will be updated as 1 minus 1 equal to 0. And finally the num contains 0. The 0 not equal to 0. The condition false because the 0 equal to 0. Then finally the fact contains the 120 and prints the fact in the end of the loop. These are the looping concepts in the Python. Thank you for the taking the time and keep going.